Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make pockets for the inside of a tote bag as well as the outside of a tote bag. Let's get started. If you're making a box bottom tote bag, your pattern when you cut it out is probably going to look something like this. You'll see two squares cut out at the bottom, and up here at the other end is where your handles would go. This would have a seam at the bottom of the bag. Now over here, this fabric was folded in here, and both sides were cut out at the same time. It's just the only difference is there's not going to be a seam down here. It's all one solid piece. Both patterns will work for what I'm about to show you. The two pocket types that I'm going to show you how to make could look something like this. It could be one piece of fabric that's stitched in different sections of the pocket, and you have multiple smaller pockets, or you can make one big one. The other type could be a pocket, any size you want to make it, that has either a snap closure or you can use Velcro. If you're making pockets for the inside of your bag, they're going to be stitched on the lining. And then of course if you want pockets on the outside, they're going to be stitched on the fabric for the outside. All pockets are placed on the tote bag, whether it's inside or outside. They're placed on your fabric before it's stitched together. So you cut your fabric pieces out and then you put the pockets on it. Now for the lining, I have this fabric here. Now your fabric pockets can match your lining or be a different color. It doesn't matter. It's your bag. You can do whatever you want. But as far as measuring how big you want your pockets or where to place them, you need to make sure you don't place them in the wrong spots. So before you place them, you want to make sure that you're not placing your pockets here on the sides, on both sides, and you don't want to place them here in the box bottom area. Then you want to decide where you're going to put the pockets in here and how big. Now the pockets go on the pretty side of your fabric. On the not so pretty side, you're going to put lightweight fusible interfacing, which I've already got on. You just follow package instructions. It's real easy, just requires a hot iron with steam and a damp cloth. So you fuse it on. Then you go back to the pretty side of your fabric and put your pockets on. So I'm going to make a pocket that is fairly wide. It's not all that deep, but again, you can make them any size you want. So for any pocket size, this is how you will stitch it together. You'll cut out two pieces of fabric. Now on one of the fabrics, if you want, you could put lightweight fusible interfacing on one of those pieces if you want to make the pocket really sturdy. Then you take the two pieces and bring the pretty sides together. That's called right sides. Pin all of your edges, and then you're going to stitch all four sides except on one side, any side, pick a side. You're going to leave an opening so that you can turn it front side out. So this is my opening. So you're going to start at one side of your opening and back stitch. Stitch down towards your other edge. When you get a 1/4 inch away, because this is a 1/4 inch wide seam, leave your needle down, lift your presser foot, and then turn your fabric. Continue stitching all around and treat all corners the same with the needle down when you turn the fabric. Then on the other side of your opening, back stitch again. Before you turn it front side out, go to all four corners and trim the corners down to about 1/8 of an inch from the corner. Now go through your opening and begin turning it front side out. After you've got it turned front side out, make sure you reach inside and poke all four corners out. Then at the opening, fold your edges in Then go to your ironing board and press all of this flat. Place your pocket where you want it to go, and then place pins around 3 of the edges to hold it in place. Then stitch it close to the edge. Make sure you back stitch up here at the top, stitch down to the corner, stitch across, and then stitch back up and make sure you back stitch again. Now this would give you one fairly large pocket. If you want to break it up into multiple pockets, then decide where you want or how wide each of those should be, and then starting at the top edge up here, back stitch several times, and then stitch down to the bottom edge and back stitch. If you want to make the pocket with the little flap at the top with the Velcro closure or using a snap to close it up, you would make the pocket the same identical way. Decide how big you want it, and make sure if you want it, we're going to use a method just like an envelope. You're folding it up. So you want to make sure you take fabric, fold it, lay it on your lining to see how big you want it to be. Then go ahead and stitch it together just like you did the other pocket I showed you. So here's my pocket that I want to make. Now I'm demonstrating with the Velcro. If you want to use a snap, they're usually stitched on with needle and thread. It'll tell you on the package how to do it. Or if you have the plastic types or other types of metal ones that require a tool, make sure you understand what tool you need to use. Velcro is really easy. So take your Velcro and cut it the width that you need. There's 2 sections to Velcro. So you're going to pull your Velcro apart. Place one at one end of the pocket. Stitch it down around all 4 sides, and I recommend you go around 2 times. Then go to the other end, flip it over, and put the other half of the Velcro on, stitching around both ends. Place the pocket on the pretty side of your lining, and then fold it in half where you want the 2 Velcro pieces to come together. Then take a fabric marker or chalk, tailor's chalk, and where this edge comes to, draw a line all the way across. Then unfold it. Place pins to hold it in place. And then I recommend you stitch across here 2 times, back stitching on each side. After stitching, fold it back in half, and you're going to pin it on 3 sides. So place pins here, down at the bottom, and across. Then after pinning all of this, back stitch up at the top here, down the side, across the bottom, and back up and back stitch again. And then you are done. Now as far as putting them on the outside of the bag, you put it on the pretty side of the fabric for your outside fabric. So here's the one where it's the little piece that folds over. This one is using a plastic snap. Remember, you can use metal snaps. There's actually some very pretty metal snaps available out there. So it's stitched on exactly the same way. Here is a backpack that I made that has that fold over pocket on the outside. The only difference is that I chose to just curve the little flap here, and then I put a little decorative button over where the Velcro is just to kind of dress it up a little bit. There's also pockets on the inside of this, just like I demonstrated. If you are interested in making a pocket on the inside of a tote bag that is a divider like this, has a zipper up here, then I have a link down below your YouTube screen that will give you very detailed instructions on how to do that. Well, I hope this tutorial was helpful and that you try making some of these pockets. Remember, start out with a very basic tote bag pattern before you try to go on to something really fancy with a lot of extra steps. And I will have links to some of these tote bags I showed you that are very basic and simple to make. So you scroll down to the description section. Click on the word more when you see it, and that section will expand open and you will see a variety of links appearing. Also, follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.